Dear students, this video on ray optics and optical instrument part 4 is brought to you by VGuide TV. In this video, I am going to discuss about critical angle, total internal reflection and its applications. What is critical angle? Before going to total internal reflection, you should remember what is a critical angle. Critical angle means when a light travels from denser to rarer medium, the angle of incidence for which angle of refraction is 90 degree is called critical angle. It means the light should travel from denser to a rarer medium. First condition of critical angle is light should travel from a denser to a rarer medium. Second condition is critical angle is nothing but an angle of incidence. But for that angle of incidence, I should get angle of refraction as 90 degree. So I am going to show that with this diagram. See here, I mark 5 rays. First ray, it is a normal ray. The light ray which is passing normal to the interface, after refraction also it goes normal. Second case, the light ray which is incidenting at an angle getting refracted. Second case I made little more angle of incidence, that time also it getting refracted. But if you see my fourth ray means it is incidenting at this angle. It is getting refracted. It is getting refracted along the surface. It means that refracted ray grazes along the surface. Refracted ray grazes along the surface. This is your angle of incidence. So if you just see this one, this is called angle of incidence. This is called angle of refraction. In this case, as it is grazing through the surface, this angle is 90 degree. This is called a critical angle. So I can tell that in this case, my light is travel from denser to rarer. My angle of refraction became 90. So this angle of incidence is called critical angle. So what is critical angle? Critical angle is nothing but the angle of incidence for which angle of refraction is 90 degree. It is called by the name critical angle. Then total internal reflection is a continuation from here. Now see my fifth ray. So I told until first ray, second ray, third ray, that all undergoes refraction. Fourth ray, refracted ray grazes along the surface. Okay? Because this is a denser medium, this is a rarer medium. But if you see the fifth case, this angle, if you see, this angle is greater than this angle. So it means that your angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, I greater than C. That time you see there is no refraction. All the rays get reflected back to the same medium. That condition is called critical angle. So I can tell that total internal reflection also, light should travel from denser medium to rarer medium, D to R. Second case is this case. If the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then there is no refraction, only reflection is happening or reflection is possible. This phenomena is called total internal reflection. So they will ask question, what are the conditions of total internal reflection? First condition, light should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Second condition, the light should travel from, the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. Then there is no refraction, that is important, only reflection is possible. That is called total internal reflection. I am going to derive an equation for total internal reflection. I am taking this diagram also at the side. Okay. So first I need for critical angle an equation. Critical angle is this case. Light is traveling from this medium to this medium. Which medium? Denser medium to rarer medium. According to your Snell's law, sin I by sin R is to which medium it's going? air. So refractive index of air by refractive index of water. That is rarer by denser. I, in this case, angle of incidence is critical angle. Angle of refraction is 90. So I can write sin C by sin 90 equals NR by ND. That is ND by NR equals, what is ND by NR? Reciprocal, 1 by sin C. Or N equals, okay, 1 by sin C. This is the important equation for critical angle, where N is refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. This equation has lot of physical significance. First one, critical angle and refractive index are inversely proportional. Critical angle and refractive index are inversely proportional, but refractive index and wavelength are directly proportional. So critical angle is directly proportional to wavelength. Another one, as temperature increases, critical angle also increases. This is the relation between refractive index, speed and wavelength. Refractive index is inversely proportional to speed of the light. At the same time, it is inversely proportional to wavelength in the medium. This is the speed of the light in two medium. Here, for example, we are taking the light is traveling from first medium to second medium. So N2 by N1 is equal to V1 by V2 is equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. So this is your equation for critical angle with respect to N. Okay. Now I am going for a special case of critical angle. So this is the question they'll ask for the exam. See here, here I am taking a point source of light situated at a depth D in a liquid of refractive index N. Spreads light in a circle of radius R. It means here an object is there, a point source. From this point, for example, it may be a bulb. So light goes like this. So the light goes in a circular patch. This depth is H. And what about this radius? They'll ask. The radius is R. Okay. So what is the meaning? If you keep a source here, you can see the light in this circular patch. A funny example is there. You assume that the fish inside the water is observing an outside world. So fish can see the outside world in the circular patch. Okay. Or assume that a diver is inside the water and seeing the outside world. He can see the outside world in a circular patch. So what is the radius of the patch? So if it's going in a circular patch, means we are taken refracted ray graces through the surface. I have taken a right angle triangle. Okay, circular patch I just extended down meeting the object. So this is a right triangle. This is C, critical angle, because the ray graces through the surface. Now with respect to this C, this is R, this is H. This is nothing but the depth of the water and this is the radius. I found tan C, R by H. So R equal H tan C. Therefore H equals sin C by cos C. Sin C we have written here 1 by N. By cos C is, we know sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So cos square theta is 1 minus sin square theta. Cos theta is root over 1 minus sin square theta. That is 1 minus sin square is 1 by N the whole square. Taking the LCM, cancelling the terms, we get the radius R equals H by root over N square minus 1. It means that the radius depends on, the radius of the circular patch depends on the depth and refractive index. It depends upon the depth and refractive index. A lot of questions they ask for the exam related to this. So in this case, you remember the conditions of critical angle. Conditions of critical angle, light should travel from denser to rarer, and it is an angle of incidence, critical angle of incidence, for which refraction is 90 degree. Then another one is total internal reflection, means angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle. Then I gave a relation, I gave the circular patch. Now the refractive index depends upon a lot of things. One is depends upon the material. For example, refractive index of glass is 1.5, air may be almost 1, water is 1.3, and a diamond its maximum 2.42. So it depends upon the material, and it depends upon the color of the light, because I gave an equation N2 by N1 equal V1 by V2 equal lambda 1 by lambda 2, means Refractive index depends upon the color, wavelength. It depends upon temperature as well as density. Density varies with the temperature. So, these both factors depends on your refractive index. I gave an example here. Density decreases with increase in temperature. Therefore, refractive index also decreases. Another one, it depends on surrounding medium, because if you take the air, water, glass, if you take like this, okay, we cannot tell like that water is always denser. Compare with air, it is a denser medium. But compare with these two, water will come as which medium? If you compare air and water, air is rarer, water is denser. But if you compare water and glass, water is rarer and glass is denser. It means it depends upon the surrounding media. Refractive index depends on surrounding media. Next, what I am telling is a very important thing. Total internal reflection has a lot of applications. Many applications we already have seen in our day-to-day life. In that, the first one is mirage. Okay, many of us observed this in a hot summer days. See, I gave a diagram here. This is a tree. A tree is seen by an observer at its place when the air above the ground is at uniform temperature. It means that here all the air are of uniform temperature. So the refractive index is constant. So we can see the image of the tree directly. This is the eye I marked. But see this diagram. In this diagram, I mark here refractive index is decreasing. Refractive index is decreasing. As refractive index is decreasing means the light is traveling from denser to a rarer medium. So it is coming like this. The ray is bending and coming here. So if you extend this ray backward, we feel image is here. Actually, we are seeing the image of that. Why it is happening? Because refractive index is decreasing. So I can take light from a distant tree, undergo total internal reflection, and the apparent image of the tree may create an illusion to the observer that tree is near to a pool of water. So we are just seeing the image. We are seeing the image. It's a very important and very interesting application. So see, total internal reflection, the first application is a mirage. Mirage in two cases I am taking. See here, it's like a uniform temperature, so we can see the image directly, no problem. But if it's in a hot summer day, the air is warmer near the ground, so temperature is very high, refractive index is less. So because temperature and refractive index, I already told you, they both are inversely proportional. So because of that, the refractive index is decreasing, the light ray is bending. So if you just extend the rays back, we feel the image here. So it appears like a water is there. This illusion is called mirage. In colder countries, we call that like a looming. Okay, reverse phenomena. Now, another main thing is these three are the three prisms designed on the basis of total internal reflection. This is an isosceles right triangle. Here is an object. The light ray from the object reaches at the hypotenuse here and it is getting reflected. It means total internal reflection. See, on this interface there is no refraction. The light ray reflected like this. Now, the top of the B only reaches here. It means that the object is making an angle of 90 degree or invert. It makes the ray bend by 90 degree. The A part is going here and it is coming here. So that's what here I marked A dash. So the image, a 90 degree inversion is there. But if you see this isosceles right triangle in this form, the light ray going at this interface getting internally reflected. At the same time on this ray or this surface also internally reflected. So how many reflections are possible? 2 internal reflections are possible. So because of that, the image is getting inverted by 180 degree. So here it is one reflection, 90 degree inversion or 90 degree bending. Here it is 2 internal reflections, so 180 degree bending. The image size has no change in the size of image. If you see the last one, Here also a 180 degree inversion you can see with the prism. So these are the prisms designed to bend the rays by 90 degree or 180 degree, or to invert the image without changing the size, make use of total internal reflection. The most important application of total internal reflection is an optical fiber. Optical fiber is used for telecommunication purposes and for decoration. Telecommunication, it means optical transmission of signals. We know that our signals, our speech signals, sound signal, video signals, we can convert to optical signals. So in this case, how that optical signals getting transmitted? See, for example, this green color one is your optical signal. It is getting transmitted to the destination. So the light rays is getting incidentally here and it is getting totally reflected. Again, here also totally reflected. It means that inside the tube is made of a refractive index high material, or inside the tube is made up of a material of high refractive index called core. Outside is of low refractive index called cladding. So when the light ray goes like this, means it is going from a denser medium to a rarer medium. So this angle of incidence, when it comes greater than the critical angle, there is only reflection. Here also when it is incidenting, this angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, so only reflection. Like that, multiple reflections are possible, or successive total internal reflections are possible. In that way, optical signal reaches the destination on the basis of total internal reflection. So, total internal reflection, the basic applications are mirage, prisms designed to get inverted by 90 degree or 180 degree, and also the main thing is your optical fiber. Optical fiber is the fiber or the pipe used for telecommunication purposes. It is a tube made up of two material. Inside is a material of high refractive index and outside it's of low refractive index material. When the light goes from high to low, there is a possibility of total internal reflection and the light rays reaches the destination. Thank you. Subscribe for more videos of class 1 to class 12 for boards, foundation, JEE, NEET and NTSE by VGuide channel, VGuide TV. Thank you.